was quite worried about meeting you because you are like a hero. Do you feel like a hero?
No, I feel embarrassed sometimes.
Do you really?
Which I said to your wife sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody
And you,
comes up to greet you and turn around, and I'm no more the hero than a lot more people, because people have gone through a lot more different things than me.
Yeah.
There's the soldiers in Afghanistan and different places like that. So I don't always say that I'm a hero. I turn around and I'm embarrassed because at times when people keep showing up and turn around and...
Is this because at the time you were just doing a job?
Well, it was just a job.
Yes.
Turn around and I mean, you're young.
Yeah.
You're 17, 18. And what do you know? Not a lot.
No.
And what do you care?
Not
a lot. And you never thought of dying.
No.
You'll turn around and probably past my mind sometime. The only time I thought I was going to die was in a storm.
Yeah.
You know, when I thought we was going to go down and not come back up out of one of these waves again.
Yes.
And that's the only frightening thing that I had.
Yeah.
But that's for...
It was the elements as opposed to enemy.
The elements have turned on cold weather and we know rough seas, you just took them in your stride.
Yes.
That was all in a day's work. But to come around, it's gratefulness that I said and told the wife, you go to London and everybody's grateful for you. You know, and it's something you can't explain. People want to come and talk to you. They want to turn in, you know, and it's, I don't feel like a hero, but I don't say that go away.
No.
I love talking to people.
That's right, yeah.
And turn in and when they come up with their young children and then they ask you questions, the youngsters, I think that's more pleasing than anything.
Yes, when the children...
When the children ask you, because
Yeah.
they're knowing history. And it's modern history, really. We all work at school in history, which is all ancient history.
Yeah.
There's nothing modern about history today.
No, very
They don't teach you like really
No.
what's going on in the world.
No.
I think if they did that, you know, probably it might be a better place.
Yes.
And I don't know. I left school at 14 and then I turned around and got a job. I turned around and I went part-time in the fire service. Then I went full-time in the fire service. And then I got itchy feet and turned around and just before I was 18, we decided we'd go and join the RAF. But the RAF didn't want us because we was too young. So my friend and I, we went into the recruiting office and we turned around and we signed up for the Navy. That's how I come to join the Navy. After a few weeks, I had me calling up papers to go down to HMS Ganges, which I did my shore-based training. Once I'd done my shore-based training, I went to Chatham. And from Chatham, then, I turned around and picked my first draft up, which was the destroyer HMS Walker. It was a very old ship when I turned around and seen it. I turned around and it was hard laying ship, which they gave you extra money because they was old and everything was water on it and everything. But my first journey then was up to Scotland, where we, being a new crew, we had to turn and all get together and find out which jobs we was all doing, which was called working up. After working up, I went to Londonderry, and then we turned in and we docked at Londonderry, and then I ran from Londonderry to Gibraltar on escort duties with convoys. I'd done 3 of those, and then we went then to Scotland. Then we got fitted out with cold weather gear, and so then we knew that we were going to Russia. So then we turned out and I was the beginning of the Arctic convoys. The Arctic convoy started pretty easy, but as the year went on, weather changed.
Yeah.
Seas changed. Seas were that horrendous that you couldn't see out the top. And when the force of the waves hit the bows, you thought you wasn't going back up again.
Yeah.
But you did. And then turned around, and I'd done so many journeys then to Russia, then we lost one officer overboard. He was coming from the wardroom to the bridge, and he got swept overboard with rough seas, never to be seen again. We turned round then, carried on our interviews, and turned round and we then went backwards and forwards from Cork to Scapa Flow, picked up the convoy to Russia. We used to go up to the Kola Inlet, we used to go up to Poliano, and we used to turn around and unload all the convoys at Poliano and wait then for a return journey. We did this about 6-7 times, so, you know, sometimes weather was worse than others. Sometimes we had to chip the ice off, which you had a rope round you and you go on the forecastle and had a chipping hammer and turned around and started chipping ice off. But nobody thought no more of it. You was young and you didn't think about dying.
No.
You knew you could die, but you never thought about it, sort of thing. But it was very cold. The gear you got in them days wasn't like it is now. It was just an old duffel coat, sea boot stockings and sea boots, and probably a woolly hat. But we turned out and we came out of Poliano there, typical convoy up, and all of a sudden we had a report there that a ship had been torpedoed. And we steamed to this ship that had been torpedoed. It was a freighter called Thomas Hayter. And on board that ship was a load of Russian sailors. And they were coming back to England, taking passage on there to pick up the Royal Sovereign, which we was going to give them. There were so many lost, and we picked up 43. We picked up 22, and HMS Whitehall picked up 21. So we had those on board. We also had 12 Yanks on board, because they'd turned out and just took up a cruiser called HMS Missouri, and they presented that to the Russian Navy. So of course we was a bit overcrowded coming back. But nevertheless, that was one of the incidents we had. There are lots of incidents as you go along, like, because once you got off the coast of Norway, you had the aircraft. That's nothing. It turned out you had the aircraft come in, and you still got your submarines to look after. So you were sweeping all the time and looking for aircraft. Which was weather, you just took it as it was. They say, all right, Northern Lights. They were nice to look at, you know, but in the wrong perspective. But we got past all these journeys safely, so we couldn't crumble. We turned out, and morale was good. The Russian people was good the other side when we got there, very friendly, very poor, got nothing like we had, I suppose. But then again, we turned out and we went on shore and had a little kick about with a football, and that was it. Back again, pick up another convoy, back again, return to Russia, pick up another convoy, and that's how you went. But with the horrendous seas, it's impossible to describe them sometimes, because that's when you were frightened, because you didn't know whether you were going to sink. We hit one storm, which was turned out one of the worst storms in the Arctic. They turned out now. The convoy was dispersed. They were blew all over the place.
Yeah.
We was left alone like a lot more. And with the crushing of the waves, it bent the stanchions in the mess deck.
Yeah.
You can tell now, you being a sailor,
Yeah.
you know what a stanchion is. So the folks who was caving in. So anyway, we turned out and thought, well, we was making for the Faroe Islands. But we wasn't. We was nearer Iceland. So we took into Iceland, where Iceland then they turned and shored the bows and that up with big timbers. And that's how we turned out and stayed until the end of the war.
Good grief.
We still kept sailing with these big timbers, propping the deck up. But we left Russian convoys then to go to D-Day. And we went to D-Day, and we turned out and took the Americans over to D-Day, to the beach. After that, we turned out and we came back and done patrol service, and then we went back, and then we went back on Arctic convoys. And of course, that was getting then to the end of the war. So we ceased then. When the war finished, the ship went into Derry, and then we turned out and started to pay the ship off. So we went up to Newcastle, over in Furness, and turned out and paid the ship off there. So I was one about the last to leave, but it was a happy ship. You know, a very happy ship. A lot of memories, and a lot of things going on. And that's all I can turn out and tell you about HMS.
Thank you. What sort of things did the convoys carry?
The convoys carried everything from tanks to food.
Yeah.
Yes, everything. Armaments, guns, you name it. The convoys took everything up that the Russians wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost quite a lot though, didn't they?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you know.
You lost a lot. To turn
Yeah.
out, there wasn't too many ships lost, but there's incidents when there were a lot lost.
Yeah.
And then you was lucky if you. I think I was one of the lucky ones because I did all those journeys and got away
never
with
got a
it.
scratch.
And
Yeah.
got away with it, as you say. You know,
Well, that's right.
that's the luck of the game, I suppose.
It
The
is,
luck
I
of the draw.
suppose. Yes.
We was
Yeah.
in the right place at the right time. Where some of them got torpedoed,
Yeah.
we missed them. We turned out we were still chasing them.
Yeah.
But then I came back after the war then and turned out and came back into Civvy Street.
A bit of difference there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned out, I don't know whether I wished I'd have stayed in the Navy
Yeah.
or what, but
Well. Yes,
I turned out I was a volunteer. I was an HO, which means hostilities only.
Yes.
So, I mean, I wasn't signing on for regular.
No. Yeah.
But I had an interest in life,
Yes.
very interesting. Met some nice people, big friendly people,
Yeah.
wherever you went. And since the war, I can't grumble at the Russians.
I see from your jacket you got lots of medals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I turned out and I've got a load of stars that
Yeah.
and then different campaigns.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a defence medal and then there's a single service medal. And as I say, I joined up in 43, so
Yeah, we do,
I was
yeah.
entitled to come in at 43
Oh, I see.
and get the 43 medal, like, you know.
Oh, right.
But, a lot of people didn't get.
No. No, the ones that came in afterwards, obviously
Yeah.
not, but yeah.
But when I first met then, where I turned out and they wouldn't give us a medal at first, English people.
No.
They gave us a little badge. They turned out and you could buy them over the counter for $1, I suppose.
Oh dear.
Well,
Yeah,
they're not very
that's
big, they
that's
weren't,
not
you
good,
know.
is it?
You know, like these pin badges
Yeah.
they sell.
I know what you mean.
It was
Yeah.
like that, and of course everybody complained about it.
Well, yeah.
And then the government turned out and, well, the Navy man took it up. And then in the end, they gave us a medal.
They did. Yes.
They gave us a medal. But they wouldn't give us that. The Russians give us a medal because they didn't give us one. The Australians,
Yeah.
Canadians, and all the rest could have this Khrushchev medal,
Oh right. Yeah.
but we couldn't.
Oh,
They stopped it.
pathetic.
They turned around because
Uh-huh.
they turned around and said something, but they hadn't given us a medal in their own right. But after that, I went to London and turned around. I'll show you the photographs and turned around. Admiral Leach, he turned around, he gave us the Arctic Convoy medal, British.
Yeah.
And then turned around. The following year, I went to London to the 9th of May and turned around, and then we went on HMS Belfast.
Oh yeah.
And there I was presented with the Yuskov medal. That was by the Russian ambassador gave me that. I turned around, so then that completed the set,
Yes.
you know, pretty well.
Uh-huh.
And then this time now I just turned around and got the 60th anniversary medal
Yeah.
from the Russians. But they are very good.
Yeah.
The people you can't fault.
No.
When we've been up to London, and the youngsters are very interested in what you do, and what
Yeah.
you did. Young girls as much as young boys. As a young boy, I'd think, well, he's, you know, of myself, I was thinking of myself, and he joined the ATC, he's in the Air Force Cadets,
Yeah.
and he's been up in a plane.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he turned around and he said, then I said, you're flying solo. And he turned around and the pilot cut the engine out and he said, oh, the engine's failed. And he said, it frightened me to death.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah.
You know, playing a joke on him. But as I say, you can't beat the friendship that you get on May the 9th. No matter where you go.
Yeah.
And the hospitality is out of this world.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And
I think,
yeah.
you know, I think that's said as much as I can tell you in the moment. But I'd like you to look at a few things now.
yes. Okay.
And probably you'll get a few more.
Just one other.
Details,
Do you keep in contact with any of the people that you served with? During
Yeah, I still, well, after 70 years when I went to London to pick up my Arctic medal, they called their names out and they called your ship out. They called Albert Fowler, HMS Walker. Then they called Leslie Perks, HMS Walker. And now we turned and we got together and I'll show you photographs of him, which he gave me years ago, and turned and he was the man that took her with a little box camera on board.
Yeah.
And he turned and we hadn't met for 70 years. We left the ship in 1945 and I hadn't seen Albert again till that day.
Yeah.
So we turned and of course we had a little celebration drink
Absolutely. yes. Yes.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And we keep in touch.
You do.
Yeah, we keep in touch.
Uh-huh.
We went down to Eastbourne to a reunion and we had a weekend together down there.
Yeah.
And then we went somewhere else and then of course we met on May the 9th as well.
Yeah.
That's the fellow I was trying to get hold of you,
Yes.
but he kept
You kept disappearing.
turning out.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
sorry. Yeah.
Is there anything else that, you know, you turn and just ask me and I'll try to answer it to the best I can.
Yes. You know, when you was on this Russian convoys and you actually got to Russia, did you drink any vodka while you was there?
No,
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 not allowed.
no,
No.
no.
Oh.
Whether I got any or not, I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not, because I was so poor. I mean,
Yeah.
the people that worked on the docks and that were ladies.
Were they? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them was women that turned out and worked, you know, unloading and loading and
Yeah.
hauling stuff about, like, you know.
Oh, right.
A lot of heavy work they
Yeah.
did. A lot of heavy work.
Yeah. During the wartime, were your parents were living then, were they?
Yes,
Yes, and did you actually send any money home to them?
I do, yes.
Like mulch of pay sort of thing, yeah?
I turn in, I made a allotment to my mum
Allotments.
and dad
Yeah.
because they've got no money.
Ah.
Not
I
for
see.
me to save.
No. No,
That was
because
to help them with their keep.
yeah. Oh.
Because my dad worked on the railway.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
He was a wheel tapper.
Uh-huh.
I turned in, there wasn't a lot of pay.
No.
I mean, my mum, when I was a young lad,
Uh-huh.
we got nothing.
No.
I mean, what you would say, I suppose like your trousers, more or less, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd had shoes with holes in, you know,
Yeah.
trousers with holes in.
As you do. Yeah.
Of course, and I was the youngest of 9,
Well, yeah.
so like, you know, when it come to me,
There wasn't a lot
it was all worn out.
Yeah. Not a lot
But-
left.
My mum used to turn around work as a laundry hand
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
in a hand laundry,
Uh-huh.
and she'd work all day for about 4p.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah. 4p.
Oh. for about 4p
Mm.
or 6p.
Yeah.
And then she'd come home from there,
Mm.
and she'd probably go to the shop, and she'd buy probably half a loaf
Uh-huh.
and half a margarine,
Yeah.
and then that 6p would be gone, more or less, you know.
Yeah.
But, you probably a luxury. I mean, you never had butter. That was a luxury.
Oh,
You
yeah.
turned out,
Yeah.
you might have dripping.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it turned out that was a luxury in some respects. But you had to get that from a butcher,
Yeah.
and for eat meat, like, you know, you had all neck of mutton or whatever it is, and a stew in
That's right.
a
Shin of
big
beef and
boiler,
stuff,
and
yeah.
that turned out used to be on 2 or 3 days, like, you know. But
Yeah.
never went hungry.
No. The food was
But,
always there, but...
you know, turned out, but
Yeah.
we hadn't got any money, and not for ages we never had any money.
No.
I turned out, and when I first left school at 14, I turned out, I went to work, and I only got 9 shillings a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe
Yeah.
it.
And out of that 9 shillings a week, I had to pay my bus fare to Warwick, because I worked at Warwick.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I turned out, and I said I'd like a bike, so I turned out, and you can have a bike all right. That was 1 and 6 a week.
Wow.
I turned out, and it cost
Yeah.
about £3.16.
Uh-huh.
So with that, I didn't have no pocket money then.
Not a lot, no.
I used to pay my bus fare. But when I wanted a bike, I know that was it. You
They didn't want it.
didn't want it, so it's,
Well,
you can't have it both ways.
well, no, I suppose not.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
but we always got by. My daddy turned in, he repaired shoes.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he turned in and he chopped wood, and I used to take wood drain to
Different
people to
oh,
the,
yeah. Uh-huh.
for their fire lighting, like, you know,
Yeah.
because
Oh, kindling.
everybody had got
Yeah.
coal fires in them
That's right,
days.
yeah.
Turned out, so, you know, it used to go around and take a bag of wood for about 3p or something like that. So,
Yeah. Yes,
it
times
was
change. Yeah.
they were good days, but they was hard days.
Yeah.
They had hard lives.
Hmm.
They really did have hard lives.
But nobody
There's no
complained
doubt
too
about it.
much. They didn't really complain that much.
Nobody complained.
No. Because
There was
everyone
no-
was in the same boat.
Everybody was in the same boat.
Yeah.
Everybody, you didn't have to lock your door.
That's very true.
The doors
Yeah.
were all unlocked because there was nothing in there for anybody to take.
That's right.
Your neighbours used to come in and don't.
Is that
My
wandering?
mum
Want a
used
cup of
to-
tea? Yeah, all right.
My mum used to read teacups.
Did she? Yeah. Oh.
They all used to come down.
Yeah.
My mum to read teacups. And if she'd see anything there she didn't like, she wouldn't tell them.
No.
And I'd say, "What's the matter, man? What are you looking at?" "Oh, no, nothing, it's all right." But
Yeah.
I mean, it was big friendship because everybody was in the same boat.
Yes.
There was no rich and no poor. You was either poor or you was either rich.
Yeah. There was
And the
no
rich
between.
lived with the rich and the poor lived with the poor.
Yeah.
It was a big dividing line. But
Then after the war, things changed quite a lot,
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
I think the turn out the trouble wasn't all that, you know, when I got married, like, you know, turn out, I didn't get big money then because
No.
it wasn't big money about. But I always spoilt the kids.
Yeah.
And I think it was the worst thing we ever done because you said, well, I never had it, you know.
I
so
never
you
had
can
it.
have
You
it,
can have it. Yeah.
you know, turn out. And I think that was probably the worst thing we ever done. We spoilt them.
Spoiled the
But
children.
I'll give my due with my kids. I turn out, I've no regrets with them. I turn out and they're well behaved.
Yeah.
My boy's well behaved. He's 50 odd now, but he'll still call some people Mister. And I turn around and say, no, you know what my name is, Ian. And they say, yes, Mr. So-and-so. So it's an habit
Well,
of
that's the way you brought
politeness.
up, isn't it? I mean, you know.
It's a habit of politeness you never get out of.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything to being rude, do you?
No, really.
You know.
No.
And my girls,
He
putting my
upsets people.
girls into cadets
Yeah.
was the best thing I ever did.
Was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because my oldest girl, she lives away. She lives down in Caister now.
Okay.
Caister, yeah, just down by the lifeboat station.
Uh-huh.
And she turned out and she joined cadets as a young girl, and she finished up CO of the unit.
Really?
Yeah, until she left.
Oh, yeah. You got married during the wartime, yes?
No, I got married after the war.
After?
Yeah, 1952.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, things had improved somewhat by then, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out we courted for quite a while.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Turned out I got to know the wife was through her brother.
Oh, yeah.
Her brother was a friend of mine, a mate of mine, and he was in the Marines.
Oh.
So we used to knock around together.
Yeah.
And that's how I met her. And we courted for ages and ages. And turned out, and then one day her mother said, and my mother said,
About
time you got married.
Yeah.
So I said, what for?
That's
I
right.
said,
Why?
because it's about time you got married. So I said, well, and it was about January time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I turned around and I said, I can't get married. I said, where are we going to live? She said, you could have my front room.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Because you've got no chance of getting a house then, see?
No.
And so we said, oh, well, if we're going to get married, I want my tax back. I'll turn in.
Yeah.
So I got married at Easter to get me a bit of tax back.
Yeah.
So anyway, I turned in. We hadn't got a penny to our name, not a penny.
No.
And we turned around and we saved. So my Bet, she turned around and got her dresses made. And a friend of mine made the cake. Somebody else did this. A friend of mine put a barrel of beer and a port on for me.
Yeah.
And turned around. And we got married on Easter Monday. And turned around, Easter Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And turned around, and then turned around, everything went off. Well, it snowed that day.
Grief.
I turned around, we came out, we had it on the parade at a place called the Berkeley Restaurant. So, I mean, we didn't do too bad.
No.
Out of having nothing. And we saved and saved. And turned around and anyway, that was it, we was broken. We thought, oh, a week afterwards, we never had no honeymoon.
No.
We'd have to go back to work. So we turned around and went down to the pub where the man done me beer.
Yeah.
Said, well, we're going to have half a pint. We're going off for half a pint. So we went in there, we were sipping this half pint each, making it last. And,
Yeah.
and he come up and he said, "Here, Bill, some money for you." He said there was some beer left in the barrel.
Oh, right. Nice, thank you very much.
So we turned out we had a nice night then.
Yeah, I'll bet, yeah.
So
Ah,
that's the start of how I got married. And then
Yeah.
turned out,
mhm,
and then my daughter came along
Yeah.
about a year afterwards
Uh-huh.
and turned around Linda, and then I got a house.
You did,
So
yeah.
we moved into a council house and
Uh-huh.
turned around, and I've been in that house now all the time. I'm still in that house
Oh,
now.
you really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I turned around.
I think people of like your generation, mine, so I'll lump them together. Don't move around that much.
No,
Well,
well,
haven't done, but the younger ones do.
do.
Every 3 or 4 years they'll up and move somewhere else.
Well, my old brother, he
Uh-huh.
turned around, he was always on the move.
Was he? Yeah.
And I turned around, no, not me.
No, you've had enough moving about.
I wanted to move,
Yeah.
and the kids said no.
Oh,
I was all right at school, they didn't want to go.
no.
So we stayed there, and that's where
Uh-huh.
I've stayed.
Yeah.
And I've been in that house 63 years.
Yeah, but you don't want to move now, do you?
I mean, I turned around, when came the right to buy,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
turned around and I bought it.
Yeah.
So I only give 6,000
Well, whatever.
something for it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It
Yeah.
doesn't know me anything.
No. No,
I
because
turned around, I wasn't going to buy it in the first place. I said,
No.
"Oh, no."
but the massive discounts that were given.
Oh, yeah.
You might just as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway, I bought it, and
Uh-huh.
I think when I retired,
Hmm.
it was the best thing I ever did because
Is it? Yeah.
I didn't have to pay rent. Or
Well,
anything,
exactly.
You know,
There was no outgoings as such.
I got enough money to
Yeah.
off my pension
Uh-huh.
to pay it off.
Yeah.
So it didn't give me any extra to play with.
No.
But I paid the house off, and that turned out made
Yeah.
it living a lot easier.
Yeah.
But, from there, like, you know,
But the
we had holidays and now
Yeah.
and again, and
uh-huh.
the wife worked while she didn't have children, and then I always worked.
Yeah.
We used to share the chores.
Did you? Yeah.
You know, I turned out and I used to come home before her, and I'd have the meal on the table for when she came home and the children come home. They washed up and I sat down there. And you know, and that's
Yeah.
how life was. We
That's right.
we pulled together, we never had no arguments.
No.
We fell out probably now and again,
Yeah,
or
you do.
cross
As you
words,
do.
but
Yeah.
we never turned around and fell out.
No.
As such.
No, not forever.
And
I
they turned around,
Yeah.
they turned around.
Yeah.
She
get
used to
made
say
up.
to me, you're laughing.
Yeah, that's right. We're at it again,
I said, well, what do you
dear.
want me to do? Of course, and I never worried. I turned around and said, well, she used to worry about money.
And she, yeah,
And I didn't.
no.
I turned around and I got to a stage and said, well, if they want money, if I've got it, they can have it.
Yeah.
If I ain't got it, they can't have it.
That's right.
So why should I worry myself about paying
It's
it?
very true.
If
Oh,
I
yes.
got it, I'll pay it.
Mm.
But I didn't know nobody. I turned
No.
out, I lived between my means and always have.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
I think, you know, it turned out with that, I think, a good philosophy in life, and turn out and get on well with your neighbours, your fellow man, and
That's right.
turn out
Yeah.
you done a lot of charity work, and turn out my kids enjoyed it. And, you know, I turn out, all right, I don't suffer good health now, but
No.
I've had a good life and I don't regret it. I don't regret a thing I did,
No.
you know, because I've been out and I've enjoyed life.
Yeah.
That and I, we enjoyed life. We seen
That's, yeah.
life together, but when she started to suffer and then she passed away, I had no regrets. Because,
No, no.
you know, and she
Yeah, do good
always
times,
with
yeah.
me. She's never left me thoughts, but, you know, I turn out and I don't cry about it
No.
because it's a happy release for her and
Oh, was it? Yeah.
an happy release for her.
Uh-huh.
Because if I'd have died before her,
Yeah.
or she wouldn't have coped.
No? Oh.
So I looked after her, like,
Yeah.
you know, with everything. I did everything for her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what married life's all about.
Well, it is really, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Never anything was, that's mine.
Oh.
You know, well, it was always ours, not yours or mine.
It's ours.
It's
yeah.
ours.
Yeah. Shared.
You know, like a lot of people say, that's mine. You know, because they think they earn money, they think, you know, everything is theirs. But we've shared, we've come from poor to a better life,
That's right.
and we've enjoyed life.
Yes.
We've turned around, we've been abroad 3 or 4 times, you know, and
Yeah.
enjoyed holidays abroad, and
Yeah.
which we never thought we'd ever do.
No.
But, we had holidays in England, camping, caravanning.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
wouldn't go camping when she was young.
Ah.
It wasn't until she was older we went camping.
Yeah.
Was it all those years? We could have,
Ooh, could have been out there enjoying it.
no, we always had a caravan until.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, on a site like, you know, but
Well, yeah.
never
but
towed one.
No.
I don't see a point in that.
No, really. Okay.
I don't get involved in politics. You know, they're high above. If they want to get into it, they get into it. But that's not my problem. I've got no problem with the Russian people whatsoever. You know, I don't think they have with us, really. The ordinary working class people. Do you? I think it's nice in some respects. I'm grateful for what I have and grateful for what I do. And if that's where my course of life took me, and so there's nothing that could change it. And I wouldn't change it for something else. Because I enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed serving in the Navy. I wouldn't say I enjoyed all the Russian convoys, but I didn't hate them. They just came as a job of work, and you say you took it as a job of work. But, I think, well, I know the reason why, because they're so grateful, but we're so grateful. You know, we turn and but to look after us now like they do is very appreciable. I appreciate that more than anything because it's nice. It really is nice. That's why I enjoy going to the May Day celebrations because it really is a nice day out and a friendly day out. And last time, with the music and the dancing and everything going on in the park, I thought it was great. The only fortunate thing is we had to dash away quick to get the train back home. Else usually we've stayed overnight, like. But hotels are all full up, so we could stay nowhere. So we came up, Phil brought me up for the day, and we turned around and had a taxi, and then we had a taxi back round West Park and to the station. But it was a beautiful day. It's a lot to take in and remember and be thankful for because it shows the appreciation that you get. And it's very warming. Sometimes it's a bit embarrassing, you know, everybody turn around, you know, because you didn't do it for that. You did it because you had to, I suppose. But for people to love you is great. Something you can't buy. Friendship, you can't buy friendship. No matter how much you try, no matter how much money you got, you can't buy friendship. It has to come. It has to come from the heart.